The Vatican has now made its decision. Just one day after the Society of St. Pius X consecrated 4 new bishops in Switzerland, Rome responded with one of the most serious penalties in the Catholic Church: excommunication. And according to a new Vatican decree, the consequences may reach far beyond the 6 bishops involved. On July 2nd, the Vatican released an official document signed by Cardinal Victor Manuel Fernandez, prefect of the Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith. The decree states that the episcopal consecrations carried out on July 1st in Écône, Switzerland, were an act of a schismatic nature. The Vatican says the ceremony took place without a pontifical mandate and directly against the will of Pope Leo XIV. Because of that, the decree states that the bishops involved automatically incurred what church law calls a late sententia, excommunication. In simple terms, the penalty took effect immediately through the act itself. The principal consecrator was Bishop Alfonso de Galarreta. The co-consecrator was Bishop Bernard Feli. The 4 priests consecrated as bishops were Father Pascal Schreiber, Father Michael Goldade, Father Michel Poinçonnet de Sivry, and Father Marc Napier. According to the Vatican, all 6 men are now excommunicated. The decree was signed by Cardinal Fernandez and countersigned by the 2 secretaries of the Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith. It was released only 24 hours after the ceremony in Écône. But the Vatican did not stop there. Alongside the decree, the Dicastery also published an explanatory note. That note provided the Vatican's reasoning for the decision. According to the document, efforts to reconcile the movement founded by Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre have been ongoing for decades. The note says those efforts began under Pope Paul VI and continued through many rounds of discussions, including recent meetings at the Dicastery itself. However, the Vatican stated that all those attempts failed to restore full communion. The note argues that the July 1st consecrations made the situation even worse. It says the ceremony was carried out against the direct wishes of the Holy Father and in open violation of canon law. Because of this, the Vatican concluded that the act constituted the crime of schism. To support its position, the document quoted Pope John Paul II's 1988 Apostolic Letter Ecclesiae Dei. That document stated that such disobedience effectively rejects the primacy of the Pope and therefore constitutes a schismatic act. The explanatory note then outlined several consequences. First, it states that all sacred ministers belonging to the SSPX are considered to be in schism. They are to be regarded as schismatics and subject to excommunication under canon law. Second, the Vatican addressed the laity. According to the note, lay faithful who formally adhere to the SSPX are also to be considered schismatics and excommunicated under conditions outlined in a 1996 Vatican explanation that remains in force today. Third, the Vatican issued a warning to Catholics worldwide. The note states that SSPX clergy administer the sacraments illicitly. It goes even further regarding 2 specific sacraments. According to the document, confessions heard by SSPX priests are invalid. The same applies to marriages assisted by SSPX clergy. Despite the strong language, the Vatican also offered a path back. The document says the Church, as a caring mother, is ready to welcome anyone who wishes to return to full communion. It states that apostolic nuncios will help organize the necessary procedures for reconciliation. The Vatican concluded with a final appeal. Catholics are urged to remain united with Pope Leo XIV, with the bishops in communion with him, and with the universal Church. They are also urged not to participate in celebrations or activities promoted by the Society of St. Pius X. With this decree, a dispute that has lasted for decades has entered a dramatic new chapter, and the effects of this decision are likely to be felt throughout the Catholic world for years to come.